In this video, we will do the hook with thread shown in this SolidWorks file. These are the dimensions for the profile, and we will use a sweep tool to generate the solid, and then we will use this profile to generate the thread. The first thing that I will do is open a new part, and I like to work in white background right here. It's very important to make sure that we are working in the correct units. This part is in millimeters, so let me change the units. And the first sketch, I will do it in my front plane. I will create a center line, vertical. I will create a line right here. And I will create an arc starting in my center line right here. In order to make the dimensions an easy process, I will create some center lines to be able to give the proper dimensions. Here they tell me that between the horizontal and the start of the hook is 30 degrees, and I'm going to make another center line right here. And I'm going to make these points coincident with the center lines right here. So I have here my relation coincident and here coincident. So when I give my dimensions, this is going to be 30 degrees. This is going to be 90 degrees. The arc dimension is 30 millimeters. And the distance between the bottom and the center of the arc is 120 millimeters. Perfect. Now I have to create another arc, which I will choose tangent arc between this point and this point. And I'm going to force that this over here, this one over here, is tangent to this one over here. Great. And as you see, when I created the relation of tangent here and tangent here, this profile is fully defined. So I can exit my profile. To create the sweep, we can go here to the sweep bust. There is two options, either a sketch profile or a circular profile. If I choose the circular profile, I only need the sketch, which is enough because this is a solid hook. If this would not be a solid hook, I would have to make a profile at the bottom of my sketch and pierce it. So in order to practice that, let's do that profile. So I'm going to use the sketch option, and to use the sketch option, I need a profile that I will use. So let's get out of the sweep feature, and I will create a profile at the bottom of my sketch just to practice how to use the sketch profile option. So what I'm going to do is use my top plane, which is perpendicular to my profile. I will create a sketch. I place myself perpendicular to the sketch, and I will create a circle right here. The circle will have a dimension of 10 millimeters. And in order to have that circle to make coincident this point with the coordinate system, or what we usually have to do is that we select this point, select this profile, and as you see, we come up with a peer relation. So as soon as make peer, I will make sure that the center of my profile is coincident with my curve. And now that I created the profile, I exit my sketch and I have something like that. Now I go back to my Sweet Boss, and now I have selected this sketch as the path. I will select my hook right there. So that, as I said, could have been done also with a circular profile. Perfect. So I have my hook right here. Now let's work in the thread. To do so, I'm going to create a reference geometry plane. I can do it in two different ways. I can click here in the reference plane and create a plane, or I can go to my top plane with my Control key in my keyboard. When I click, I have the same menu. I'm going to create a plane at 1 millimeter offset in the other direction, right? I want to do it away from my profile, so I'm going to flip offset, and right there is perfect. I will use that plane to create a sketch. I put myself perpendicular to the sketch. I can draw a circle of 10 millimeters, or if I click over here, I see that circle. So I could actually select this profile and convert my entities. That will bring the profile that I want to copy into my sketch. And it's fully defined because it copied and I don't have to add any dimension. Now I'm going to use this profile to insert a curve, a helix. I will do it with pitch, not pitch in revolution, by height and pitch. The height is 41 millimeters because I have to, it's 40 millimeters inside the hook, but I have 1 more millimeter over here. And as the document says, the pitch is 1 millimeter. So I'm going to change here the pitch to 1 millimeter. And I want to make sure that it's clockwise, and I will start my helix at 0 degrees. That is useful because when it starts at 0 degrees means that it will start at my right plane, and it will be very easy to pierce the profile that I need to do the sweep cut. Right here is the beginning of the helix, and as you see, if I mark the right plane over here, the beginning of the helix starts at the right plane. Perfect. So I have my helix. Now I have to choose the right plane to do a sketch, and I will place myself perpendicular to that sketch, and I will draw the profile that they asked me. I will draw it separate from my helix, and then I will use the pierce options. The first thing that I will do is a center line. I will make sure that this is horizontal. I will do a rough trapezoid. Before I give any dimensions, I will make sure that this, with the center line and these two lines, are symmetric. And now I start the dimensions. The height is 0.8. This one over here is also 0.8. When that happened, I get out of my start dimension. Let me move this point where it belongs, right there. Now I do the angle, which is 50 degrees. And what I'm missing only is the fillet. So here I have a fillet right here at 0.02 millimeters. And here I have a fillet also at 0.02 millimeters. Perfect. Okay, so the Profile is still not fully defined because it doesn't know where it is located. So what I'm going to do is select the middle point of this line, which is this one right here. With my Shift key, I selected, let me erase, I only want the middle point. And I will select as well the ellipse. And between those two, I have here the Pierce relation. So it moved my profile to the beginning of the ellipse. So now I'm ready to do my sweep cut. So I'm going to exit the sketch. I'm going to Features, and I'm going to do the sweep cut. Now I will select the sketch right here, and my curve will be the ellipse. Perfect. And I hit OK. So let me put this as a solid view. And that's how my hook, let me hide my plane. And I can also hide the ellipse. So that's how we finish the hook. This is my form plane. Let's do a 4 views. Right here, this is the front view where we started our sketch, and this is the 3 metric view of our hook. And with that, we finish our part.